How you doing, Scorpio? Let's see what we got for you. Celtic Cross or Scorpio? Messages for Scorpio that will help them onto their highest path. Shaman, 7 of Bones. Let me just put it up. So the Shaman is the magician within the tarot. 7 of Bows is clearance. I believe that is movement. 7 of Wands. Clearance. Interesting that it says clearance. This is kind of a newer deck for me. I thought the 7 of Bows, I guess, in the Rider Waite would be like, yeah, I believe that is movement. 7 of Bows, clearance, movement, messages back and forth. Spiritual messages from the divine. Perhaps you're getting moments of insights, or perhaps you feel that's been blocked lately and now it feels like it's lifting in some way. Put it all out here. So I suppose clearance is also staying on top, speaking your case, standing up for your beliefs. This is standing up for your position and stating your case and remaining victorious in your position. Your foundation, the plastic oak. This is the tower. It's on its side. It's a foundation of an ending, I suppose, or, you know, this is like an ending that's taken a really long time to happen. It's like a transformation that's taken a really long time to happen, possibly like a development of some kind, like development within inside the primordial egg, and you're developing something. And I see spiritual messages and movements, and perhaps you're getting spiritual insights right now, Scorpio. Path is the Knight of Stones, which is the Knight of Pentacles. You feel like there is slow progress, that perhaps whatever you're working towards or whatever you're trying to keep afloat, whatever you're trying to get off the ground, feels like there's blockages, or you're not getting some kind of benefit that you would like, or you expected it to be in some way. And you feel like you're kind of treading water, but you're still working diligently towards your goals and where you want to be, because, you know, you have a failure is not an option. You just gotta pick yourself up by your bootstraps and get it done. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm seeing here. 9 of Pentacles. This is your goal. Your conscious awareness. The best that can be accomplished at present. Staying within yourself. 9 is the independence. But you're surrounded by abundance. Tradition, I guess it would be tradition. These are gifts handed down by our ancestors and elders, and that we reap fruit from and utilize in our day-to-day life to help sustain us in our villages. This is like a opening, I believe, of a path towards an evolution, a spiritual evolution, or a life path evolution, like a new kind of cycle that's perhaps you've been fighting it in some way. I see you are gifted spiritually. Now, this is gifts that were handed down by your ancestors within a family line. And you were bestowed within this gifts, and now you are using it and utilizing it to create abundance within this lifetime and life. This is like tapping into your divine gifts and opening up to divine messages and being open to receive it. Listening to the divine and being open to their word. This is the thing that's treading water now, and perhaps you are fighting the movement or the progression in it in some way. I don't know if it's like a avoidance or just the day-to-day, but perhaps it's the alignments in the air, like the veil is then within this time, and perhaps you are getting a lot more activity. 8 of arrows, 8 of swords, struggle, feeling stuck in the future. I feel like this is not wanting to change. This is sticking really strongly to your beliefs or the way that you usually do things or certain thoughts. And perhaps these old habits or rigid beliefs are the things that can make you feel like it's holding you back. You having trouble getting things done with movement. Perhaps it's been Mercury retrograde that's been putting up like these blockers for you, and you know, like even though you are trying to work diligently because you want to stay on top and keeping tight to the hope that it will turn its fruition while using all the strength that you have with your abundance, are you just trying to maintain the life that you have now, or are you trying to manifest that into something that will lead to more in the future? Because it's like a planting and a gap, it's a planting stage. Like now it's time to plant seeds and, you know, and able to get ready for the harvest. I guess it's the time of the harvest that's actually coming up, to be honest. We're having trouble manifesting movement. This could be the alignments. And I believe we're still in Mercury retrograde's shadow period, I believe. Now, how you see yourself, an individual perspective of you, your personal strengths and weaknesses, the wheel. I feel like you feel intuitively that there's a change within the air, that there's a new cycle. And perhaps you've been feeling this intuitively for a really long time, although you can't quite put your finger on what exactly that is. Although that you know that you're ready for a change, it looks like you were manifesting it by trying to prepare for it in some way, or maybe even fight against it. Maybe, I don't know. You feel like you're ready for a change, but what are you doing in the tangible world and on the day-to-day to help you enact that change? Because it's not only about putting energy into the idea, but it's also using tangible tools and your energy and your time and your building of skill and effort into creating that change. How people see you. 8 of Bows, 8 of Wands, Hearth Fire, Hearth Fire. I guess this is wanting to be, people see you as, maybe they see you as, they see you as winning somehow, victorious. Maybe they could see you as a bit conceited. I don't know. Someone who feels like that you won in some regard or won some kind of argument by no longer fighting it and putting an end towards a situation to start something new. Perhaps they see you as arrogant, or that you won in some way, or there is some sort of conceding that you have got over them, and they see you as winning or victorious somehow. I don't know. But it seems like whatever you're working on, you feel like it's not moving as quick as it should. And even though you try to put some energy in, I feel moments of discouragement and doubt that's kind of holding you back. Your hopes and fears, your hopes and your fears of attaining the goal. The lesson to be learned blocking your development. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. This is someone who lacks dedication and loyalty. This is someone who is fleeting. Perhaps you have a fear of giving up and not fully applying yourself, but you also fear that all the work that you put in is not going to bear any kind of lasting fruition, that it's all going to be something that might lead to nothing, and you don't want to give up, but sometimes your discouragement or a sense of depression or a sadness or like empathy or possibly even like exhaustion in some way. And perhaps there was like this feeling of stress, and the stress of the fact that you're not moving is bringing this sort of feeling of being discouraged. The outcome, what you will gain from this experience, the reward or quality or tool that will help you achieve a breakthrough. This is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. That's not fun. Let me think of something. You're having trouble manifesting. There is a lack of communication. Communication is your issue. You're having trouble communicating or being clear about the messages that you were given, because you're holding yourself back somehow, and you're kind of treading water, and you're sticking to some old beliefs or paradigm or feeling of like negative thought patterns. Perhaps this is a pattern for you that if things don't show you an automatic result that you would like, then you have this doubt among yourself and your gifts. But I feel this is a divine gift that should be utilized and used, and this is a ancestral gift that was passed down to you. Usually we have a certain like sign, nakshatra, within our family line that's usually highly prevalent. And within those holds codes to within our this life and past life, karmas and skills and, you know, hidden talents, I believe, within it. And I believe this was something that was passed down to you. I think your ancestors are guiding you in some way. You feel stuck from a movement forward because it's not meeting your expectations, but it's to understand that it won't. This is something you're just going to have to wait till the alignments will open up for you. Otherwise, you're just giving yourself stress. I don't know what kind of argument or fight there is, or there is a communication that you want to create a communication and manifest some kind of communication. Perhaps you are sitting still for divine communication. It's important to listen to your dreams. Listen to the synchronicities, the angel numbers. Even if you see a certain butterfly with a specific color, those actually have a spiritual meaning. There's ways that the divine tries to communicate to you, and I feel like there's a communication that is not being fully interpreted right now, like it's blocked at the moment. Maybe it is to try to sit still, meditate, and to ease some sort of anxiety. Otherwise, it's like stressing out, like it gives you something to do, but you know, it's not exactly helpful, you know. Because this is something that will be slow coming, and it's the journey, right? It's the journey, not the destination. There is a change for you, and you feel it, and there is. People on the outside see you as victorious, that you won something or won in some kind of way. Your hopes and fears. Perhaps somebody sees you as someone who is quite attractive and fiery, as someone that they would like to get to know. Perhaps this is someone who's thinking about coming towards you, or you thinking about going towards them, and you're waiting for a new cycle, but you feel stuck. There's some kind of blockages in the way. Maybe there's some sort of separation, a business trip, or there is a distance between the two, towns, states, overseas, continent. I see you as someone who is abundant, who is fiery, who's passionate, who is abundant and triumphant, maybe a little cocky. But if it's somebody in particular, maybe you're in a relationship that is not really going so well, and it's been a struggle. It's been some kind of power dynamic, and it's like the end of it, and there is like, you know, like the end of a relationship where things get so bad, and then you have the big final blowout after little blowouts or little breakups in between. Or if this isn't a relationship, this is a job, like you'll have little issues that become such big issues, and then nothing gets addressed, or you just say, oh, it's not a big deal, I won't say anything, blah blah blah, I'm sure it won't happen again, and it keeps happening, and you explode. And then, you know, like it feels like you're keeping yourself back from this, and you feel stuck from actually moving. And even if you want to move, you want to have some kind of movement. You're trying to manifest some kind of movement, but you feel blocked to do so because you're stuck in something. You know, maybe it's you're having a planned trip that is on its hold and that got canceled somehow, or you're planning something that's going to take a while to get to your destination. You want to, or if you want to open up lines of communication to speak to somebody that you're interested, there's something that's holding you back. You feel stuck into doing so. You're waiting for something new. Somebody sees you as a win, as victorious, as exciting, as, you know, they're waiting and open and willing for you to make a communication, an opening too, because they, you know, you see them, they see you as exciting too. Someone who is like at the top of their game, someone who they want to hear stories from, someone they see as like the master of their realm, and, you know, victorious and somehow wise. There's somebody that you've been holding yourself back from, but they've been really interested in you, and they're kind of doing the same thing. You have hopes and fears that whoever this person is that you've been thinking of, that they'll end up just the same, that, you know, they are just as disloyal. Like usually it's like, you know, disaster thinking, or thinking the worst somehow. Maybe to the point that you hope to even avoid this completely, because you are almost sure that it won't end up all that great, or whatever. It's not a relationship, this is a job or business project that you're putting in. You're just putting in you feel like you're putting in work, and you discourage, you stop, you don't do it as often as you should. But this is something that's going to take a while to manifest. Now, the outcome, what you will gain from this experience, the reward, the quality or tool that will help you achieve a breakthrough within this time period. So, you're just going to have to live without achieving the goal at the moment. Like a 10 of Pentacles in reverse is like, you know, someone who feels in lack somehow. Somehow you're not getting some tangible rewards, possibly money issues, something that you're not getting off the ground. It's not reaping fruition as much as you hoped, But this is something that you should learn, that it's not about the fact that you attained the goal that you want and all of the tangible stuff that could create from it, that you could have from it. That it's not about the tangible wealth, but learning about who you are as a whole, despite the things that you have around you or the money that you have at your disposal and all of the successes that you hope to achieve. There is going to be a delay within creating this, and it's going to take a while to manifest. You have everything that you need. You're abundant. This is your goal and your conscious awareness, and this is to actually manifest from your abundance and the feeling of being abundant. It's not about wanting something and wishing for the goal to happen. It's about being grateful for everything that you have and were able to have and utilize at your disposal, and all the luxuries that you that you have now. You manifest from the place that you like. What is the things that you associate to the goals that you make? Like, let's say you want to start a YouTube channel, you want 1,000,000 or 1,000 subscribers throughout the end of 6 months or 3 years or year, which is the new goal. Or I want 1,000,000 subscribers like by the end of 2 years, or it's not the tangible goal that you manifest from. It's like, what are the things that you would ultimately get from achieving that goal? Is it more time with your family? Is it vacations, being able to take more rest and not worried about like taking time off when you need to? It's not, and it's putting yourself in that feeling where you attained everything that your goals would allow, and the tangible things, like, let's say, that feeling that you are on vacation, or you could take this vacation now, and you don't have to worry about work when you take a designated time off, and it's not going to make you broke. What is that feeling that you have when you're in that moment? And that's the moment that you will put yourself in to manifest from. You are abundant. Okay, so you have an independent wealth. You are independently, abundant. This is your goals and your conscious awareness. The best that you can achieve is knowing how abundant that you are now, independently. There will be a delay in generational wealth, though. And I could see that you are still working diligently towards it, and you shouldn't give up. It's all about a process. It's going to take time, and not to get discouraged within it. If it's somebody that's going to come towards you, perhaps they're on, like, say, if it's someone that you're interested on some kind of business trip, or on some kind of like vacation, or like they're out of town and they have plans to come, this is something that's going to take a while to bring together, as in generational, and coming together as in like a family kind of thing, because you need to be on your own to manifest on your own right now. Like, this is your job right now. You need to manifest this first before this comes in, because it's all a process, right? Because 9 of stones comes before 10 of stones. you know, but this is 10 of Stones in reverse. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It means there's a delay in it happening. I feel that you have someone jealous around you. But this is someone who is jealous and undedicated. Someone who lacks commitment and effort within themselves and what they need to do. Huh. Your goal is to go towards something independently, and you're working diligently towards it, although you're having trouble manifesting it at the moment. There's somebody on the outside of you that could see you as arrogant, like somebody who's winning, somebody who's starting off a new cycle without them, and in some way there is like they feel like because you're winning, they're losing. You know what I mean? Now your hopes and fears, this person around you, Page of Cups in reverse. Whatever goal that you're working towards isn't going to bring fruition. That's your fears. Possibly even people around you that you feel that is not very authentic, who is like a fly-by-night kind of person, who is just someone kind of lustful and someone who lacks integrity, someone who is around for a good time and not a long time. Perhaps somebody that you have around you that you know is authentic and you hope to not give to it anymore because in some way there was always some kind of competition between the two. There's a lack of working together towards this person in particular. If you have an issue with a person, family member, job, organization, a friend, there's going to be a falling out, and it's probably a situation where you had some kind of shared home or business, or you work together, or there is some kind of shared aspect in some way, or possibly even a lack of coming together with some. Like, let's say you could even attribute this to a family member that if you've lived together and you've had a really toxic relationship, if you live with your mother or something, or or your brother or your husband or boyfriend, there was once a shared dwelling that you're kind of wanting to gain autonomy and moving away from and become independent from, but you feel like you're having trouble moving and you feel stuck because of shared finances or resources, and this is like an unhappy home, the 10 of Stones in reverse. Or you have a family member that wanted to come in and work with you again because they felt down and out, and they're trying to save themselves here from the tower, and they're trying to work with you, but you're like, oh, I'm good, I'm working on my own, and it didn't really work out last time or all that great. So you know, I'll do this on my own, and then there's a lack of coming together, and there was like a decline of some kind of offer, and now somebody's pissed off and thinks that you're arrogant because you don't want to work with them anymore. Perhaps there is like some kind of sense of projection, and this person is like wanting to come in and win somehow, like it's always been competitive with this person or family member or some kind of power struggle, and they're jealous of what other people has because they never put an initiative into the things that they should or create within this lifetime. It's always about like not putting the effort in, not working together. And you know, it seems like you're busy working on your own independently. You're trying to manifest, listen to spirit. You're trying to keep things in order that tread water if you are having money trouble at the moment, but the lack of movement is putting you down. But try not to procrastinate, keep putting the work in, but there's still some movement. Although it's hard going, it's hard, it's a struggle, but nothing that's ever worth achieving is ever easy. It's always a struggle. It's that treading through the snow to get to your destination without freezing. It's a long journey, and to do that, and it feels desolate, but don't give up because you are gifted. And it was something that was passed down from you throughout generational lines. There is a new change for you, and there is a jealous person who doesn't put in the effort. And perhaps they're going to come in and they are wishing ill on you or wanting to work with you, and you don't want to work with them, and they are not impressed with it. I don't know which. But let's see what's under here. Queen of Wands underneath. You are manifesting. Queen of Bows, look at that. So the Queen of Bows. And that's the Queen of Wands. Someone who is lucky, someone who is very psychic, who is deeply in tuned with the things and movements around her, who is fertile, who has the powers to manifest and has a lot of fertility in order to do so, to manifest things into existence. Scorpio, I know that you're a water sign, but I believe Scorpio has aspects of fire and water. If one of your archetypes is the phoenix, right? Perhaps you have Scorpio, perhaps you have fire within your chart, which a lot of Aries do. Could have a lot of Aries within your chart, but I see strong manifestation powers here. And these are generational gifts that were handed down from you through your ancestors. And if this is a family member, this is someone who also does share those gifts along with you, but you were able to tap into them and utilize them, and now you're trying to use them to manifest. Without this person, because you feel like they were not there for you. They held you back in some way, and somebody wants to bring back the past that was not beneficial for you in the past, that didn't bring you fruition, because maybe this person that you used to live with Like, say if this is a mother or sister figure, they are down and out. They look like they need some kind of help. They feel like they're stuck and they have no one else to turn to, and they want to come and manifest with you, but this person does not see you in a very good light. They are jealous of you because they don't take the time and effort to put that back into themselves, and they are trying to manifest in a negative place. They're going through some kind of issue, and they're trying to keep themselves from being in lack by coming to you and trying to build with you, but it lacks dedication, it lacks loyalty in a happy home. And perhaps you've lived with them. If it is a toxic mother, or a toxic partner, it never worked out, or a toxic friend, it never worked out. And they seem to only come towards you because they're trying to save themselves or work with you because they don't have themselves. But if they didn't need to, if they had everything that they need, they would never even contact you. But you're kind of busy manifesting, and then you have this people around you, Tower in reverse, feeling stuck, trying to maintain. But this person's collaboratively is not a conducive or abundant home. They see that you're manifesting things, and they're looking for some kind of assistance, but they don't come from a good place, or in a place that is for your overall good. Even if you are helping them out, I think this jealousy or lack mentality in some way this is the kind of person that would sabotage you, all these little complications and stuff that they would intentionally create to just kind of put chinks in the armor and spokes in the wheel to just set you back. And perhaps this person has in the past. You're building. Building blocks, advice from Spirit for Scorpio. Advice from Spirit. That's cool. Advice from Spirit for Scorpio regarding this reading. Oh. Wow. Okay. You're building, you are manifesting, you're trying to build a stronger foundation. It's slow going, but I feel you're being divinely guided. You're getting a lot of messages here. Perhaps this person wants to come in and send you a message. On top of universe and Spirit is trying to give you messages about this foundation that somebody wants to come in and build with you while you're trying to build a foundation for yourself. Imagine. This is about your dreams, what you can dream about and manifest and to create into being. And I see you have a lot of manifestation powers and you're working on something that should be guarded. You have a dream that you want to bring into life. And you do this by healing yourself and healing others. It's something by using your gifts into sharing with the world to help other people heal too, along with you healing yourself. Because we're never truly, completely healed. To be, anyone ever tell you that, they're lying. It's all a process, it's all an evolution, and there's no point of perfection because we are infallible human beings, you know? Now, with these 3 that comes on the sideways, not for you, but it was upside down. I don't know. Somebody's going to say that, hey, let me try to work on something. This is for you. It could be collaborative. We could work together. But this person is coming towards you because this person fails to lack any kind of insight about your prior history and how they related to you in the past, and perhaps even screwed you over in the past, because you fear that they're the same way. The Page of Cups in reverse, that there's someone who is disloyal. Look at this, loyal heart in reverse. This person is disloyal. This person lacks insight. This person never sees their faults. They're going to say, hey, this is for you. We could work together. But as soon as you start working with this person and they kind of get what they want out of the situation, this comes about. It would be a lack of thinking to go within this situation that has no loyalty for you, because this person is here competing with you. There is a jealousy, but then there is also a lack of effort into putting anything that they can do to manifest their dreams. So they stay jealous of the people around them. And perhaps they screw a lot of people over because they don't look very happy. They seem very miserable and upset, and they're just trying to maintain all they have. This is a person who is in survival mode and who is going through a lot of trouble at the moment, financially and tangibly. They probably lost their place of home. They probably lost their family home. They don't have anywhere to live, and they want to come and work with you. If you had a history and they screwed you over, which I feel they did, and you do, they're just about the same. There's no loyalty here. There's a lack of insight. And if you don't want to help them out, they can't even see why, even though you've had the same history and you went through the same thing, and that's a certain reason why you cut them out in the first place or decided not to live with them in that moment, you know. But there's some kind of loss in a house of home. You're on the mend. You're mending. You are manifesting your dreams. You are receiving spiritual messages, and you're building your foundation. This person here is not in a good place, and they're in survival mode. And even if you have the good people at heart, when you feel like you're gonna die, when you don't have any resources, when you feel like it's a life to death situation, it's crazy the type of things that people, once good people, are capable of when they feel like they're gonna die of starvation because they haven't eaten in a month and they're gonna die, and they see somebody with food, you know what I mean, that walks in with food. And the most kindest person would lose any wits about them, and they would be on survival mode and possibly try to do anything that they can to wrestle that food away from them, you know. And this is not a happy home within dealing with this person, and it hasn't been, and I believe history told you this before. Stay within the present and focus on what you need to do. If anyone comes towards you and you have a feeling that they are just in need, or there's no kind of loyalty because you've had a history with them, I would suggest you keep focusing on your manifestation and what you need to do, because there's somebody here that is not coming from a good place. Maybe it is a mother or a sister. possibly somebody with Aries, Virgo. A lot of fire within it. And earth. But keep yourself in the present. You feel these there's somebody trying to enter your energy space and who's coming from lack, and it's important that you focus on what you need to do and guard your space and protect your manifestations. But that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Donation box below if you feel moved to do so. Always appreciate comments and helps the algorithm. And, you know, if you don't feel moved to do so, don't worry about it. I still love you lots, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.